What is up, y'all? We are back with another week of prep. One more week down. It is week, or we are 13 weeks out now. 13 and some change. It's like literally the start of being 13 weeks out. So I think it's like 13 and 13 weeks and like 6 days or something. So still basically 14 weeks, but also 13 weeks. My last video, I was right at the start of being 14 weeks out. Now I'm right at the start of being 13 weeks out. I don't know. It makes sense. Maybe eventually I'll get the timeline more lined up so I'm actually recording when I'm like closer to the actual weeks out. I don't know. Doesn't matter. We have another week. We have another check-in. We have another prep shenanigans, which is good. So everything's feeling good in prep so far. I had last week, I started to deal with a little bit of like later on in the week after I'd already recorded, I started dealing with a lot of like energy loss almost. Like I was feeling kind of more tired, more sluggish. Lifts started to kind of suck. But then I bounced back towards the end of the week. I kind of like rebounded. I don't know what happened. Obviously, nothing changed. Like diet stayed the same. Recovery felt the same, at least in my mind. Like my sleep and everything was the same. Steps, cardio, training, everything was the same. But for some reason, it just beginning of the week didn't feel great. End of the week started to feel a lot better. As of recently, like the past 2-3 days of training, I've been feeling really, really good. So hopefully that continues today. We got a push day today, which is always super sick. I'm trying to think if anything has changed so far in prep since last week, since the last time I checked in with you guys. I think everything's still the same because last week we added that rest day. So now I have like my push A day, which is what we're doing today. We have a push A day, then we rest, which was normal, and then we have my pull A day, and then we rest after that, which is a new rest day. And then we do my so after the pull A, then we do my legs A, push B, rest, and then we have pull B, legs B, push A, rest, repeat. So that's where we're at right now. We should have one extra rest day, which maybe that one extra rest day actually is what helped me bounce back later in the week last week. I really don't know. But so I guess there was a little bit of a change there. I don't know. Anyways, that's that. As far as like where we are at, where we're progressing, how we're feeling in prep. Yesterday I hit a new low. We hit 165, which is crazy to think that like our like target weight to be on stage is around 155. So it's crazy to think we're like a little over 13 weeks out and only have 10 pounds to lose. So that's a good thing though. I mean, it means that we have plenty of time to keep it. We can take it easier. We don't have to like really dig. We have more time if like we hit a hiccup, like for some reason if weight loss slows, if we stop getting leaner, if all of a sudden we start holding water, if there's any hiccups, we have a lot of time to like remediate that and pivot and switch and like kind of adjust our plan to fix that. So it's better to come in a little bit earlier than to like really pinch the timeline because now I can have diet breaks and we might be able to have some more refeed days, stuff like that. So it's better to do that than just have to like crash diet and be like, oh my God, we're way behind schedule. We got to just drop all your food, up steps to 1 billion a day, do 5 hours of cardio a day. Like we don't have to do that. We're doing 10,000 steps a day. We're doing 30 minutes of cardio 3 times a week. It's not crazy yet, which is awesome. But also, I have my apple, which is my pre-workout meal. I always have chicken, rice, avocado, kimchi, and an apple. I already ate the first part of it. I have this apple because I watched a Glenn Gillen video and he was doing I think like a low day or something. He just does a lot of full days of eating, so he was doing some food eating, doing his thing, and he was like 2024 prep special back when he prepped for a show. He did apples with stevia and cinnamon on them, and it sounds like a really good sweet treat. So I'm gonna try to cut this up. I've never cut an apple, and I don't have like the nice apple cutter, so I'm gonna try to cut this and then I will like put some stevia, cinnamon, all that good stuff on it, and we'll do a little taste test for you guys. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna try to cut this and hopefully not like cut a finger off. So I will catch you guys in like a few seconds when this apple is actually fully cut. All right, the apple has been cut. I still have all of my fingers, so that's a big win. Yeah, if this tastes good though, and it becomes something that I do more regularly, I'm gonna have to get an apple cutter. I mean, it's not bad cutting it by hand, but like, bro, I'm lazy. So let's take a little bit of stevia. I don't know how the best way to do this. I'm gonna just like kind of just I don't know, sprinkle a little stevia over them bad boys. All right, so we got some stevia on them apples. Put that back, and now let's do our cinnamon sugar, or not cinnamon sugar, our cinnamon. That might be a lot of cinnamon on this one specifically. All right, there's that. Let's give it a taste test. Let's this one looks good. It's got a good coverage of both. See that? Okay, wait a minute. Let's dip in a little bit more. A little more cinnamon, a little more stevia. Bro. Oh my god. Okay. Wait a minute. Yeah, so that's amazing. This might be the new way I eat my apples. This is like, it tastes like a dessert, bro. It tastes like a fucking cobbler, except not cooked, and doesn't have like all the nice like crumbly pie crust and shit. But like, it tastes like an apple pie filling. There we go. That's what it is. It's like an apple pie filling, except not cooked, and maybe not as sugary. But like, bro, this is so fucking good. This is definitely the new way I eat my apples. So that's sick. Try it if you never have. I'm gonna finish eating this, but I don't want to just sit here and fucking eat food as we yap with a mouthful. I was always taught not to eat with your mouth full, even though it probably just did. But yeah, so that's fire. Um, Let me think here. Do we have anything else that is new that I need to update you guys on? Not really. Oh yeah, push day. I don't know if I mentioned this. So today is a push day. I did mention that. I know that, but it's a little bit different actually. So we are taking a little bit of a new approach. Not new approach, but as you all probably know, I've talked about it before, and I think if you just look at my physique, you can tell too. My chest is a lagging point of my physique. I'm aware of that, and we are trying to obviously bring that up. It's a big emphasis point for us, a point of emphasis. So we want to really work on that chest, especially in this prep, making sure we like keep as much muscle as we can, and maybe if we're lucky, grow. Very hard to do, especially as a natural in prep. There's some enhanced guys that grow in their prep. You know, they might just take a little extra gear, something, grow in their prep. Maybe that's a strategy. I don't know. I'm not there right now, so I don't know what those guys do because that's not me. Anyways, we are kind of pivoting our push days. I believe we're actually pivoting both a little bit, both push A and B. I haven't looked ahead enough to know exactly what we're doing for push B. I think there is a slight change, but we might cover that in a different video. Today is push A. So what we're changing is we're reducing some of the sets for like shoulders and triceps. So lateral delts and triceps, mainly because my shoulders and triceps are a good point on my physique, probably a strong point of my physique, to be honest with you. So we don't need to hit them with as much volume because that's not a focus right now to like work on. Of the big focus is obviously chest. So what we're doing with that is we're decreasing a couple of the sets for shoulders and triceps, and we are actually increasing some volume for chest we will be adding pec deck to this. So we have we have cable flies to start the workout. We have some dumbbell incline press. I believe that we do some dips, and then we also will now have our pec deck, and we're kind of moving order around. I mean, not really. We're just adding pec deck after the incline press, I believe. So I'll go incline press, pec deck, then into our shoulder press, then dips, then lateral raises, and then our tricep work, and that's that. So a little change, not anything crazy, not much of a change, and overall total workout volume, nothing's changing. So as far as recoverability, we should be good there. Just a little extra chest volume, and me and my coach, we discussed that, and I told him, I was like, honestly, after these chest days, like I'm feeling really good. Like obviously, like I like my chest like feels like I worked it, but there's room for more. Like it doesn't. I don't feel like I'm overworking my chest yet. I don't think I was underworking it either, but I was like, I do think there's room to add volume there if we need it, and if we think it'll help bring my chest up and help it really hold on to more mass going into these shows. So that's what we're doing now, and you'll see that once we get in the gym. But I'm gonna mix up this pre-workout and finish those apples, which are fucking phenomenal. And we'll get to training, and I will recap with you guys after our training session. So I'll catch you in a bit. right, well, that is a wrap on the workout. It was honestly not a bad lift. Some I missed some of my rep ranges because the weight felt like a little bit heavy, so we didn't really progress or even match what we did last week for this lift, like this push A day. Honestly, I'm not really mad at it. Usually I get kind of like, I don't know, not necessarily mad. It's just like maybe a little frustrated. Like I sometimes am like, oh, like I know I can do that. Why can't I do it today? I mean, if you're in prep like I am, you're probably gonna, lose a little strength, whether it's just because your energy's down or because you are losing weight. There's a chance that you're losing some mass and then just losing a little bit of strength. So it's pretty normal. I mean, we're trying to hold on to every little last bit of strength as we can. Obviously, that's the goal. But today was a little bit down, but I'm not mad at it, especially because my form stayed together really well. Like I wasn't having form breakdowns to force myself to get the weight. I just kind of accepted with perfect form, get to technical failure and be like, okay, I can't move this anymore. I just gotta let the weight down, except that we did a couple less reps. And then I made a note in my tracking sheet to basically say, hey, next week, gauge how we feel, potentially reduce the load to get into the proper rep range. If it feels really good, then maybe we'll do the same weight, but we got to kind of come back to it, assess, and see where we're at next week. And that's the best we can do. So we're going to try to obviously keep good form, keep the target muscle working, and use as heavy of a weight as we can to hit the target rep ranges that we want, if that makes sense. So we don't want to sacrifice form just to keep the same weights, obviously. I was doing that a little bit earlier on before I kind of came to terms with, hey, remember, you're dieting, you've been dieting for 23, 24 weeks or something like that at this point. Like I've been in this diet for quite a while now. It's going to be normal to maybe lose a little bit of performance in the gym. It's hard to come to terms with. I haven't done an extreme diet like this since the last time I prepped for a show, which was about a year and a half ago or more. So I'm used to kind of just steady progression week after week, and that's always nice. So now that it's like kind of dwindling a little bit, it was getting to me. So I was ego lifting a little bit, I'll admit, and now I'm kind of coming to terms with, okay, that's not going to help anything. Ego lifting, especially when you're this low in body weight. Like there's a time and a place for ego lifting. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I like the ego lift and just like throw stuff around. But if you're in a bulk and you're healthy, that's a better time to do it. Right now in a prep, I'm just risking injury. And I mean, if you get injured leading up to a show, I mean that's it. You're screwed. Like there goes the show, obviously. So you're very unlikely to fully recover and then make a good presentation on stage. So we're gonna keep form perfectly in check. Don't want to risk injury. And then another reason is if you're just using sloppy form and kind of ego lifting it, you're not hitting the target muscle that the exercise is for. And if you want that just for a little ego boost or just to feel good, like I said in the bulk, sure, do it here and there. Don't do it all the time, but maybe here and there, fine, whatever. But especially in prep, you want to make sure you're fully locked in because you want to maintain the muscle you have. You don't want to lose any muscle. And if you're ego lifting, you don't even know if you're targeting the right muscle. So, like for example, on a chest press, I want to make sure my shoulders are down and back, pinned back, and I'm pressing up and through, bringing those arms kind of to the pec and through to really emphasize that pec. Whereas, like if I'm letting my shoulders take over triceps or whatever, then what's the point? I'm just doing a shoulder or tricep exercise at that point. I'm not really okay, buddy. I'm not really getting much for the chest, and like we want to target the chest, especially as I talked about in the beginning of this video. My chest is a lagging muscle group, so we want to emphasize the chest. If I have to reduce a little bit of load to make sure my form stays good and the tension stays on my chest, I'm gonna do that because I want to maintain my chest as best I can leading up into the show. But yeah, all that to say, the weights were a little bit down, but I wasn't mad at it. I enjoyed having a little extra chest volume. The pec deck was only one set, and then I did a drop set. That's the only new chest volume, but it is nice having that little extra chest volume. I think it'll be a good thing going forward. That was training. I already got all my steps in today. I'm already over 10,000, which is dope. I already did cardio after the gym, so honestly, all I have to do tonight now is relax. I'm probably gonna play some Ghost of Yoete, which is the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima. I played Ghost of Tsushima a year, maybe 2 years ago. Adored that game. Absolutely loved it. Definitely one of my top games of all time. When I saw Ghost of Yoete was on sale, so I picked it up. Just starting it out this weekend. Super fun game. I'm loving it. So I'm excited to play Aston tonight. During cardio, I just started a new show. I started a new anime. I had just started Jujutsu Kaisen. I had never watched it. I only watched the first episode so far. Seems also like a dope show, so I'm excited to keep watching that. A tip for cardio: if you watch a show, only watch that show when you're doing cardio, because then you're a little bit excited to do cardio next time because you're looking forward to the next episode. Like right now, I want to watch Jujutsu Kaisen right now. Like I want to throw it on the TV, just keep watching, binging. But that's gonna be my cardio show, which means I'm only gonna allow myself to watch it when I do cardio. Which means now I'm like, all right, when's my next cardio session? I want to see what happens next. I don't do cardio tomorrow, so I gotta wait 2 or 3 days, I think, until my next cardio session, and then I'll get to see it again. But I'm excited to like go do that cardio now because I want to know what happens, obviously. So there's a little tip for you if you struggle with doing cardio. Also, reading. I've noticed sometimes I read when I do cardio, and I'm not a big reader by any means. Don't get me wrong. I've never been super into reading. I've always wanted to get into reading, but it doesn't really tickle my fancy. But when I'm doing cardio, weirdly makes the time pass faster because I can't glance at the clock. I'm not like looking around at anything else. I am just locked into this book, and like it takes like with like a show. Sometimes you can like look around or do whatever, look at the clock because like you can also hear what's going on. So maybe you can get a little distracted. Easier with a book, it's like you're in that book, like you're reading it. You got to focus on that book. So I've noticed it just helps the time pass faster, especially if you find a book you really enjoy. You can get locked into it and just kind of zone out. I usually do it on the stationary bike. That's how I do cardio on. So I zone out, just keep pedaling away and just reading the book. I've noticed it makes the time go so much faster. So there's another tip. If you like reading, awesome. Read on the bike or whatever. If you don't like reading, maybe give it a try. Try to find a book that you really enjoy, and it could be a good time that you can just kind of sit down and like not do anything else. Because sometimes I feel like there's other things I could be doing other than reading. Like if I'm at home, like I want to watch a show or I want to play video games, I want to do this or that instead of reading. So when I'm on the bike, it's like, well, I could either watch a show or listen to music or read a book. So sometimes I'll watch a show, but then otherwise I'm like, if I just listen to music, I just stare at the time the whole time and it takes like feels like cardio's taking forever. So my other option is read a book. So I usually do show or a book. Now it's probably gonna be a show for a while because I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen, but maybe I'll read next time. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, I'm just rambling at this point. So, like I said, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this prep series. Hope you enjoy kind of like seeing my journey, my prep as it goes along, and I'm excited to see where we end up and when we get to stage. But like I said, that's all I got for you guys. Tune in next Monday. I drop a video every single Monday, so I will see you then. All right, peace, y'all.